a beautiful Monday night in 2025. It is Martin Luther King Day. It is Inauguration Day. It is my friend Natalie's birthday. I don't know. What is it? It's a Monday. It's movie night.
Well, we're not on Twitch tonight because apparently our title is, it says it's invalid.
Huh.
So we're not on Twitch tonight.
Sorry, Twitch people. Sorry, our one Twitch person.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. We will not worry about the Twitch people tonight. We gather to talk movies, and we hope that you join us to talk movies or television or whatever you'd like to talk about. We were going to be talking about the Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yes, we had a change.
So that'll be next week. So if you're tuning in for that, we apologize.
And if you already watched it,
yeah,
and you have nothing to watch next week, there is a comedy special available at danrosenberg.com.
I've heard it's not very good.
How dare you? How dare you?
I'm just saying what I heard.
We'll do it live, just not on Twitch. We actually are back on Twitch, so.
Oh, good.
I just took everything out of the title. So
tonight we will be talking about the Hudsucker Proxy.
The Hudsucker Proxy.
Yeah. So in an unexpected turn of events, we switched movies midweek, and I chose the movie. And I've had this one on my list for quite a while, and this was kind of fun. I haven't watched this movie for a long time, and I thought it would be a nice opportunity, to revisit a movie from 1994. So 30 years in the making, a Coen Brothers movie. Adam just referred to it as a meh replacement movie. So not everybody's favorite. And I'll admit, I didn't put this up saying it was a perfect movie, but at least I had seen it before. I'm sorry.
Good point.
At least I knew what I was recommending. So let's bring in the team and see what people have to say.
All right, here's Dave. Here's Brian.
Go Eagles.
There we go. Is it that or is it this? I don't even know.
And for the first time in over a month, here's Scott.
You're Scotty.
Oh, he's lubricating.
Oh, me too, Scott. Cheers.
Is that Scott or Scotch?
Scott.
It's Crown Apple.
Wow. I'm drinking a Rosenberg.
Cheers, mate.
This is a cocktail I made. Cheers. By the way, Scott and I have a quick announcement before we even start.
Well, congratulations. No good.
It's a boy.
It is true. It's a Lot, our sitcom, was just accepted to the Portland Comedy Film Festival. We'll be showing it there in March. So
that's awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's my first film.
One of those little, the laurel, I think they call it.
I won't be happy until I gas pump and I see it on the little screen there.
Okay.
It's my first film festival since I directed Get Some the musical 15 years ago. This is actually very true. You can check my MVD.
My
mom says hi. Hi, Mom.
Hey, there you
go.
Hi,
Mom.
I forgot to tell my mom we switched movies.
Oh
no!
I was out of town.
Oh no!
Well, I'm sure she's seen this movie before, or maybe not.
Well, so with the It's a Lot. So we're getting sidetracked right off the bat.
Sorry.
With the It's a Lot film festival announcement, is that something you guys will go to and attend, like viewings of it?
Yes.
Is it
yes,
in the back of somebody's basement?
No, this is at a big theater in Portland. It's all comedy shorts. So everything is under 30 minutes, which ours is 22 and a half. And they're going to do like a Q&A or like a meet and greet beforehand. And then they have awards. They have judges that will give awards ahead of time that watch all the final shows. And then they will do the screenings for the audience who wants to sit. You get an all-day pass. But you can also buy tickets. I think the public can buy tickets just for individuals. So I'm going to put it up on a couple of the Rick Springfield boards because I'm sure they've been begging me to come see it. So.
Well, that's awesome. I love it. So
that's our first one. Now we submitted to a few others and we'll see what happens.
When is this happening?
I believe it's Sunday, March 28th.
Okay.
The end of March. So Scott and I for sure are going, and then if anybody else in the cast wants to go, I mean,
so Jesse wants to go.
It's in about 2 months, not counting the mezzanine.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
I thought it was funny.
Pat us on the back. Thank you.
All right. Very nice. Very nice. Well done. Well done, gentlemen. All right. So back to our movie, The Hudsucker Proxy. Was this anybody's first time seeing 1994's Wow? Oh, and Dan's not sure.
It's only my second time.
I thought I saw it for sure. And then I started watching going, I don't think I've ever seen that. And then there were parts I go, oh yeah, I've seen this. So I think I've seen parts of it.
To be fair, Dan, if you ever seen a Sam Raimi movie in the 90s, you've probably seen this movie.
Oh, you got Bruce Campbell.
Exactly.
Bruce Campbell.
Right. I mean, this was probably my third or fourth time seeing. I watched it multiple times a long time ago, but this is my first time in probably 20 years watching this.
It's about 20 years for me too.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I will say, I think the first act of this movie is incredibly strong. I really love the way it starts. I love the art style. I love the direction. I like, and really up to the invention of the hula hoop, I feel like it is so solid. And then I do think it wavers in the middle and towards the end, right? Like I
was fortunate enough. The first time I saw it, I knew almost nothing about it. I had not seen a poster. I had not seen a trailer. I had not seen a promo. Oh, wow. So I thought the hula hoop joke was hysterical. Why they put it on the poster is just mind-boggling to me.
Yes, they tip the punch.
It's like having the turtle guy from the Masters of Disguise movie on the poster. Like that's your best bit of the movie,
right?
Or it's like The Sixth Sense. Shh, he's dead. Like that would be bad to be on the poster.
From what I understand, from what I've read is that the studio was concerned that it was going to be a flop. It did end up being a flop. Has since had its cult following that likes it, but it didn't do well. And so my guess is the marketing department was like, we got to throw everything at the poster and everything that we can in this to get people into the theater.
Tim Robbins, yes.
Yes,
that poster wouldn't make me want to go watch it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost a ton of money on this movie.
Well, Tim Robbins was in, as I mentioned in the chat, he was in 2 movies in 1994, which are now considered excellent movies that bombed at the box office, at least in part because they had horrible names.
Yes.
Yes. This has a horrible name, that's true.
What is your alternate name for the Shawshank Redemption? Red was here.
What?
That's a good test, a good game to play. What would we call these movies if we didn't?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, this could have just been called The Proxy.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
Skydiving,
for kids.
And
I think that would be too much too, right?
The color brown.
That movie wasn't for kids,
right? This could have been The Proxy and or even a comedy of invention,
or just even something like Hudsucker would be better than the Hudsucker Proxy.
You got sucker in it; it's going to make you go.
Yeah.
How about The Producers 2: The Search for More Money?
True, because they're looking to lose money.
Mm-hmm.
Manipulation.
But the only thing I really don't like about this movie, because I think the world building is spectacular. I think it's right up there with Terry Gilliam or Wes Anderson, or these people that have this ability to create worlds that you believe, that where the laws of reality don't fully apply. But it's not sci-fi. It's just sort of just enough out of reality that it's skewed.
Yeah.
Jennifer Jason Leigh is a good actress.
This is mine too. This is a
high school production where, okay, now I want you to put on a wisecracking newspaper woman accent. Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so is there
Brian,
who wants to go first?
No, go ahead, Brian.
It's
no
like
one cares what you think. No, goes.
Yeah, like I think in the beginning, like she did okay with it, but like as soon as like the love story started being like more involved or whatever, it just dropped for me. Like I couldn't believe like any more of it. Like it was okay in the beginning. I was like, oh, I get what she's doing, but then I was like,
Yeah, it ran long. That bit ran long.
It did. Have you ever seen His Girl Friday?
I feel like she did an excellent job with what she was told to do. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the way they wanted it to be. There was an amazing amount of dialogue that he delivered really well, but it got really annoying.
Yeah,
if you've never seen His Girl Friday, which is the Cary Grant, Rosalind Russell version of the front page, she's doing Rosalind Russell from His Girl Friday.
And that's a good point, because it really does feel like she is doing a throwback style performance to a 30s actress. And again, if you watch those movies, being a film actor hadn't really been invented yet.
Yep.
Like you're waiting until like the maybe Bogey, more likely like the 50s before people really start getting that art down and that performance style down. So she did a good job, all things considered.
Yeah, I think all things considered, but it does run. And I feel like the moment that Tim Robbins starts to be a jerk, the moment he starts to really become a jerk, the whole movie just feels like it just loses all of its charm. And like, and it's like, I just don't buy it anymore. Right. Like it just seems like it's like,
see, I was still okay with that. It was just her. Okay. Like, yeah. I didn't hate her though, but like I loved this movie.
Yeah, so. Yeah. I definitely. It wasn't enough to make me not like this movie, right? Like I found this movie is totally enjoyable. I will watch this again. I won't watch it again next week. Right.
Right. Yeah.
It's not that level of excitement for me, but this is still. I feel like this is still a solid movie. It's super enjoyable. My son, my 19-year-old son, watched it with me. He was on board. He did think it got a little slow towards the end, and then was very disappointed when Warren Hudsucker came flying out of the sky.
I knew people would like feel that way, but like I was just like,
he felt that was a big cheat. He felt like that was a lame way to wrap it
up.
But
that was the joke. I mean, that's the point of it.
Yeah. Honestly, like imagine they put that scene in Elf. His book did well. Ah!
I mean, was he okay with the guy sticking the broom handle in the gears to stop time?
No. He thought the whole time manipulation thing was a little lame too.
How did we get the same endings for Hudsucker and Mary Poppins Returns? It's all about money.
And I love the guys in the boardroom are hysterical.
Oh my gosh.
They're doing their whole bits. But does it take batteries? Can you do this with it? How does this? They're just doing their whole rapid fire thing.
Yes. And the whole bit about the mezzanine is fantastic.
It reminded me a lot of that.
Eyebrows?
Oh,
I mean, come on.
It was like
and
that.
When he goes to jump out the window, come on. That's the best.
There's a Monty Python sketch like that about a movie producer that just has a bunch of yes men that he keeps firing. You know that one?
Amazing.
I don't remember that one offhand.
You want me to describe it, or is it funnier if you watch it and look it up yourself?
I have the complete set, so I'll watch it sometime here.
I think it's like in the first 5-6 episodes.
Okay.
There you go.
This is how.
But I remember, it's mostly how I remembered it. I remembered really enjoying it. I remembered being a little annoyed by Jason Leigh's accent, and to be honest, it didn't bother me quite as much on the second viewing. It still was a bit aggravating, but it didn't bother me that much. I still really enjoy this movie. I don't think I've ever seen a Coen Brothers movie other than maybe their remake of The Lady Killers, where I think they completely missed the mark. Some are better than others, but they are really interesting filmmakers, and it's just so much fun to watch their stuff.
Yeah,
and it's like you said. Oh, sorry.
If you had seen Hail Caesar before you saw this, you would have been like, "Oh, so that's kind of the direction they were going for."
I was gonna say, it's like you said. Also, like they do just make like really good worlds. Like you just love it.
Color's good too.
I also love to look at who they were trying to get to play the role originally. And
can you imagine?
Joel Silver wanted Tom Cruise to play Norval Bonds.
No.
But the Coens insisted on Tim Robbins. Like they were like, no, this is our guy.
That was the right.
And then Paul Newman had been approached about the project back in 1984, but turned it down because he's like, I haven't done much comedy.
Wow.
Dressings I can do. Comedy, not too much.
So they wrote this when they were like in their early 20s.
Clint Eastwood was also offered the role of Sidney Musburger. And
that's
Amy
a
Archer,
great role. That is a great role.
Jennifer Jason Leigh won the role over, these are people who actually, I guess, auditioned, Ellen Barkin, Nicole Kidman, Winona Ryder, and Bridget Fonda. I mean, Jennifer Jason Leigh, you got to love a female with a male name in her name, right? Michael Learned, Jennifer Jason Leigh, you know, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Yeah, they're there.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Glenn Close.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Mary J. Poppins.
Same with guys with girls' names. Carol O'Connor.
That's Irish.
Carol Seven.
Well, there you go.
Absolutely.
My computer's about to die. I've got to go plug it in. I'll be right back. I'll be right
And
back.
there's so many people. There's so many great actors in small roles. You know, John Mahoney, Peter Gallagher, Steve Buscemi.
Yes,
it's just so much fun to watch.
It's a well cast movie all the way around, right? Like, I mean, I haven't watched a ton of Coen Brothers movies, honestly. I mean, I've seen "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" here. I have seen Hail Caesar.
Raising Arizona.
No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, well, only because of here, and I don't think I like them.
Their remake of True Grit is, well, not really a remake. It's based on the same source material. Their True Grit isn't quite as good to me as the original, but it's very good. They have their sort of straightforward movies that are fairly linear. Then they have their sort of mind blow movies that are just weird, that have really just almost surrealistic. And this is one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely has a Joe versus the Volcano vibe.
I kind of wanted them to do a whole Scott Pilgrim versus the World thing when they were fighting.
Well, that fight scene behind the scenes with the two old men.
Yes.
Oh yes.
They should have been playing Duel of the Fates for that.
Yeah.
I want to know what Adam's top one is on his list.
And you notice one of the things they do well is they
Garfield.
never say, other than the hula hoop, they never say what Hudsucker Industries makes.
Right.
That's just left to your imagination. They're just some giant conglomerate that
we
makes
don't know how
things.
they made their money after that point.
And I love the blueprints of the hula hoop.
Yes.
Oh my goodness! I know every time he took it out of his shoe and he shows it to the for kids, it's just
it really is part of the karma of it.
Yeah.
Well, I thought the bit of every time it's just a circle and it's the hula hoop and then it's the straw and then it's the frisbee. It's like that's such a great.
Oh no, but the actual company, wasn't there something about a slingshot as well? I went like this, slingshot. Yeah, so it's a circle too. Oh.
Yeah, and it almost felt Capra-esque, you know. There's a certain aspect to it.
Yes, especially with the ending, except the bad guy doesn't get redeemed. He just jumps off and goes to hell.
He's just standing on the ledge.
Yes.
I enjoy the entire movie. I think my favorite comedy bit is the tailor and the double stitching in the pants.
Oh, he's such a nice guy. I'll do it the double stitch anyway.
I'm surprised no one's mentioned that when he hits the ground, there's a fat lady screaming. It's the fat lady sings.
That was a nice thing, wasn't it?
Apparently, Adam watched a different movie because he doesn't agree with anything we're saying. He thought the movie lacked emotion, identity, probably the very bottom of the Coen Brothers list.
Yeah, and I said his top movie is Garfield movie, written by Joel Coen.
Oh no, I just wanted to know what his favorite Coen movie was.
But yeah, that's the bottom of the list, Adam. What is your top Coen?
Yeah.
By the way,
like
Arthur
a lot.
Spud Mellon and Richard Nurr, they were the founders of Whammo. They're the ones that invented the hula hoop in 1963.
Richard Nurr.
Or in 1963, it was when it was patented. But
And they
twirled bamboo hoops in gym class is what in 1957 they created a hollow plastic type, named it the hula hoop after the Hawaiian dance, and they began manufacturing the toy in 1958.
The Hudslinger.
Oh, that was great too. I don't remember.
Agency bit.
When is a sidewalk fully dressed?
When it's wearing Hudsucker.
Oh yes, no, he was my favorite. The elevator guy was great.
Buddy.
I'm sorry, Hudsucker sounds like an Iron Man porno. Because he has a HUD display.
That's a stretch.
Oh,
Well, HUD display is head up display. You realize you said display twice.
shit.
Wow.
Say, buddy, who's the most liquid businessman on the street? Wearing Hudsucker.
Oh man.
Like when he was like, I don't remember what the quote is, but he was like greeting the people into the elevator, and he was like making a joke at like every single one.
Had a thing.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he goes, yeah. And then he goes, you get it, buddy? It's a pun. It's a knee slapper. It's a play on Jesus, Joseph, and Mary. Is that a blue letter?
Oh man.
The panic in everybody's faces when they see a blue letter.
The blue letter thing.
Girl on the young lady on the ladder who's just screams and
She
faints.
screams when she sees it.
By the way, I pulled up what AI thinks this movie's about.
Oh no!
This is on the AI overview from Google. It says the Hudsucker Proxy is a 1994 movie that features a character named Archer and an idea for the frisbee for Hudsucker Industries. And it says plot. 3 plot points. Archer presents his idea for the frisbee at a board meeting with his girlfriend Archer.
Nice.
2, the board applauds the idea. 3, the movie ends.
Don't watch the rest.
Wow.
Cast: Pamela Everett plays the Dream Dancer, and Jim Truffaut plays Buzz. That's it. That's all they put.
The dream sequence was certainly interesting.
Yeah, that was really out of place. I was like, what's going? Oh, I get what they're doing. Like, what?
I actually found a better poster that I just sent Eric in the chat.
I do agree with Adam that those are amongst the best Coen Brothers movies. I think his taste is fine. Just I enjoy this movie more than he does.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pull up this real quick.
I also
haven't
think
seen
Arizona is excellent.
Here's,
I actually really liked The Tragedy of Macbeth.
That's one of the few I haven't seen.
Isn't that prettier?
It's much better.
That does look. That's nice.
but you know what? If I saw that, I would think it's a drama, not a comedy.
Yeah,
That's
needs
true.
work. Certainly better than Tim Robbins holding a hula hoop.
And this looks like an alternate Back to the Future poster where you have Marty on the phone and the Doc hanging from
There's a lot going on in that poster.
Yeah.
You even get wearing Hudsucker as an angel in that poster. There's a lot going on there. Crazy.
Well, final thoughts?
All right, let's hear it. All right, thumbs up, thumbs down. Where does everybody stand?
This is the new This is the exciting new rating system. Okay.
This
is all we got. You got a thumbs up or thumbs down. And we'll have to wait and see if we hear from Adam. But it looks like so far we're unanimous.
What is all this, Dave?
That was from IMDb. Does it have rules? Can more than one play?
Oh my God.
Well, Adam definitely gives this a thumbs down.
Is there a larger model for the obese?
Wow,
Anyone else in the comments, you give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. Right now, it's an 83.3%.
Yeah.
I don't understand because Adam described it as meh, and then he gives it a thumbs way, way down.
Yeah, meh is just thumbs down.
You would think.
I think it's kind of like a pie chart that looks like Pac-Man. There's a lot of it that's negative, and then you get that little sliver that's happy.
Yeah. Well, there we go. All right. Well, we do not need to spin a wheel since next week we'll be watching the fantastic Mr. Fox.
Right. Next week we'll do it. If everybody watched Fantastic Mr. Fox for this week, you can watch it now.
How about that? Right. And then we'll figure out what's going on with the double feature in February. The feature for February is to be determined. But so while we wait for that, we can talk about if anybody has any recommendations. Where's that?
Still the last year.
Posters. I thought I'd throw this poster up that Scott made.
Oh, thank you.
That's all.
It's a beautiful poster.
It's Dan's bare legs that made me go,
I would recommend that poster. I would recommend
big
that.
Zero over my crotch. Eric has a big stack of those posters, by the way, if anybody's interested.
I do have a stack of those posters.
Some of them are autographed.
$14.95 each.
I'll take one.
I'll start. Here's what I watched. The Saturday Night Live on Peacock, they're doing little mini documentaries. The first one's about auditions.
Yeah.
The second one is about
the writers.
The third one is about the cowbell sketch. And the fourth one is about the weird year of 1985, which really is a weird year. And
what's it called?
I recommend it highly.
What's it
SNL
called?
50 something. It's colon something. I don't remember.
Inside SNL or something like that.
Okay.
They're doing one every Sunday. They're not putting. So there might be a new one on Sunday next week.
I think it's just 4 episodes. I think they're done.
Just those 4?
I think so.
Because they're celebrating the 50th anniversary. The one about the cowbell sketch is so interesting because it might be the most famous sketch ever on the one-off.
It's up there.
It's probably the most famous one-off sketch because they never try to recreate it.
Well, thank goodness there's not a movie for.
Well, yeah. And initially it was supposed to be Norm Macdonald was hosting, and Will Ferrell wrote it as a woodblock, not a cowbell.
Oh, that's funny.
I mean, you're right though that one of the problems SNL has had for years is when something hits, they tend to beat it into the ground. So you get a funny sketch like Wild and Crazy Guys or Coneheads, and now you've got 12 of them.
Right.
And they're increasingly less funny the more they do them.
Right.
Sometimes it works. Like I think the What's Up With That? I thought every one of those was funny.
Well, that's because you're a big Lindsey Buckingham fan.
Of course. And Jason Sudeikis dancing with an afro wig.
In that tracksuit. Oh, man.
Yeah. Just like this one, but in red.
Yeah, that was a great dance. And you know the Spartan cheerleaders, Church Lady, they had so many really. I mean, because Church Lady is one of the most quoted sketches, clearly. But you don't think of it that way because they did it 20 times.
Right.
Yeah.
No, Gilbert Gottfried was not on the 85 cast. Gilbert Gottfried was on one of the Dick Ebersol acts.
Yeah, when Michaels was not associated with the show briefly.
Right.
Yeah.
There's 5 years he left, and they had 5 really bad. I mean, the cast in 84 was amazing because Ebersol's like, let's just go all-star. You got Billy Crystal, Martin Short. I mean, he went crazy that year. And then they fired every one of them and brought in a brand new cast for 85. And of that cast, I think John Lovitz and Dennis Miller were the only 2 that lasted. That's the cast that had. Who?
What year did Eddie Murphy come in?
Eddie Murphy was 81.
Okay.
He was the first Dick Ebersol year.
Okay.
With Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Joe Piscopo,
Brad Hall,
Tim Kazurinsky.
I Married a Monkey.
The 85 season had Anthony Michael Hall, had Robert Downey Jr. I think Nora Dunn stuck around for a while.
She did.
Yeah.
Nora Dunn and Jan Hooks were on together for quite a few years.
Yeah. Jan Hooks wasn't on that 85 one. Mm-hmm. But that first cast, they just cleaned house when Lorne Michaels came back. It's a really interesting one.
That's cool.
Well, Adam liked Sprockets with Dieter. Now's the time on Sprockets when we dance.
They almost did a Sprockets movie. They tried to do one. It didn't quite make the production. Yeah,
it's a terrible.
He got stuck doing Cat in the Hat because of Sprockets.
That's creepy.
So that's what I recommend for the week.
That is an excellent recommendation. How long is each one? Is it like an hour and a half?
45, 50 minutes.
Goes down.
I think they set up to be 1 hour on NBC, and then they just put it on Peacock instead.
And then the big 50th anniversary special is on early February sometime.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think my good friend and Scott's good friend Dean Edwards, who was on SNL for 2 years, who plays Lenny in the It's a Lot sitcom, I believe he will be on that special. I think they're bringing every cast member back.
Sweet.
I still recommend the movie Saturday night, but
it comes out on Netflix at the end of the month. I'm going to watch it then. I don't have to rent it.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Did anybody watch Saturday's SNL with Dave Chappelle?
Yes.
It wasn't bad. There were some good sketches. There were some bad ones, but it was solid.
I could not believe his monologue was so long. He ended at midnight.
How long was it?
It was over 30 minutes before the show really started.
Yeah, they did the opening sketch, and they did which was a joke, making fun of MSNBC, and then they did his opening monologue, and then it was midnight, which is normally when the music act starts.
Right.
And he paid a really nice tribute to Jimmy Carter.
He did.
Oh, nice.
He said, "I don't care if he was a good president; he was a good man."
He goes, I don't know if he was a good president, but he was a good man, because he was talking about when he went to visit Palestine, and the Israeli government refused to give him any protection, and he went anyway.
No condoms.
Nope, none whatsoever.
Wow. How about
No
that?
peanuts.
Oh, there's little Carters over there now.
It's been a while since I've been on here, but have we talked about Nosferatu?
I have not seen it.
Adam brought up that he saw it, but he didn't say whether he recommended it or not.
He recommended it.
Adam commented that it was good, not great.
Yeah,
I said he loved it.
I think that if you like horror movies that are based on a certain source material and want to be super respectful of it, while also pushing the boundaries a little bit, go check it out. The casting is fantastic. I like Johnny Depp's kid in this a heck of a lot more than I did in Idol. It's really funny how you have the guy who played Renfield also playing pretty much the same character in this movie. Nick Holt, he's having the freaking year of his career. He's going to play Lex Luthor. He just did Juror number 2. He did another movie earlier last year. Yeah, the guy's going to have a really great career moving forward. But I would say amazing cinematography, fantastic performances. I think it hits the weakness that most Robert Eggers movies do, which is that when people have to talk for a long time, if it's not a full-on amazing performance, then you get a little tired because it's a lot of talking. It's like watching The Dark Knight Rises. Sorry, Adam. Like, you just have to have the right dialogue, the right character to say the right thing. But yeah, if you're looking for something super spooky and one that send the kids to bed and have something really dark blasting literally off your TV, then go watch it out.
On SNL Saturday, they did have Sarah Sherman do a review of Nosferatu on Weekend Update as the original Nosferatu. Yeah. And the long fingers.
It's so funny. Like in the original movie, he looks exactly like that too. Mm-hmm. Like when they're doing the real estate deal and everything. And this just had me going, like, why aren't more real estate agents doing this? We're not Nosferatu. This is how you should actually be treated. Be amazing. But
we have started season 2 of Shrinking. I think we're 3 episodes in. It's very enjoyable.
I second that.
As good as the first season so far.
Yeah.
It was my birthday last Tuesday. We saw The Godfather.
Oh, that's right. It's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Hence the caption.
I saw it.
No one wished me happy birthday. Well, you know what? Are you on Facebook? No. How are you supposed to wish your birthday if you're not on Facebook anymore?
Honestly, that's a bit. You should use that for your next one.
You're not like Dan, who reminds you constantly it's his birthday.
That's true.
August 28th will be my 55th birthday. It's my Sammy Hagar year.
Oh, man.
All right. Now, I know some people who don't like to watch a season when only one episode's about, and out in the universe, I understand. And I was going to wait, but I couldn't wait. And so at least for the first episode of the second season, Severance is awesome.
I am going to queue them up and watch them so I can watch them at my own pace.
I wanted to wait, and then I just couldn't wait.
I mean, I felt the same way about the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones, Eric. So
yeah. Now I will say
it's been 3 years since season 1.
I will say we went on to YouTube and found an excellent 15-minute recap of season 1 that was incredibly useful because you kind of think you want to remember that you knew what you didn't remember. You don't. So it's awesome to find a recap. There are excellent recaps on YouTube. It was
Ben Stiller and Adam Scott have both been making all of the talk show circuits, plugging it. So
and they're doing a podcast of each episode from the first season.
They did a huge publicity stunt in New York in Grand Central Station. They set up the offices right there and had the cast working in the center of Grand Central Station.
What Ben Stiller said was they had originally proposed this just setting it up. They weren't and just having random actors in there. And Adam Scott, who's really dedicated to this project, goes, No, it won't work unless we have the real people in there. We've got to go do this.
That's awesome. Yeah,
so I'm sorry, are we talking about the amazing pilot that is Heat Vision and Jack? Because if we're not, we need to bring this up.
Scott and I watched that.
It's like Supernatural, but a 90s sci-fi comedy.
The reason I posted that was because Jimmy Kimmel tormented Ben Stiller with that on his appearance on his show.
Wait, I need to see this. Wait, what is this?
It is a pilot of a Ben Stiller sitcom, sort of sitcom, that he made after the Ben Stiller show had been canceled. And keep in mind, the Ben Stiller show, he won an Emmy for it after it was canceled. So people were interested in him, even though he didn't have a show and his show had been canceled after 1 season. So this is the pilot he came up with. It stars Jack Black and the voice of Owen Wilson.
As a motorcycle.
It's
literally the Hasselhoff
stretch
show.
from Cars, so you know.
Yeah.
And it also stars Ben Stiller's future wife. This is the project he met her on.
Oh.
Well, she's obviously
all right. And so it's like a talking motorcycle.
It is hard to explain. It is bizarre. It is truly bizarre.
I agree,
it's free on YouTube. You can go watch it, half an hour or something like that. It is just a total.
I like bad 90s sci-fi.
The Jack is not
wonderful.
a reference to Jack Black. It's actually the Jack you're going to have to drink while you're watching.
I have a liver thing, so I won't do that. But
it's really quite entertaining. I wish we had more bad shows like that.
Like, I love watching old 90s stuff that I missed. It's great.
I just love how the fact that we actually have a TV pilot from the universe of Tropic Thunder.
Pretty much.
It's great.
That's awesome.
That's great. Yeah.
My mom has a recommendation.
Okay.
She says she watched the whole first season of what Eric recommended, Man on the Inside.
And
she recommends it. She can't wait for season 2.
Yay!
She loved
it.
Solid. She also said that would be a really fun job. So maybe, I'll get my mom on the inside.
There you go. A mom on the inside.
Be mom on the inside.
Detective Susan. Yes.
I love it. Desperately Seeking Susan. What?
I will give a mild recommendation. Only if you really like rom-coms. To one that we found just by randomly scrolling through Netflix. Margaret was in the mood for something funny. There was nothing we really had recorded we wanted. So we thought, well, let's just see what we can find. We settled on this. It's called Set It Up. It's from 2018 and co-stars a young pre-superstardom Glenn Powell. And Lucy Liu. And it is hard to describe. Well, not that hard to describe, I guess. I don't want to give away too much, but it's about 2 assistants who work for horrible bosses and who decide the best way to get some free time is to try to set their bosses up with each other.
Oh, gee.
It's a mild recommendation. It's not great, but it's fun.
That's fun.
It doesn't try to be more than it is. and it's so again, if you like rom-coms, I would give it a mild recommendation.
Yeah. Speaking of mild recommendations, I noticed there was a series, I think it was Amazon Prime, and I know Dan watched the first season and I watched the first season of a show called The Night Agent.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I watched that with Hugh Laurie.
Season 2 is coming out sometime soon. So
The Night Agent. I thought you said The Night Asian. I'm like, really?
It's not The Night Agent. No. That's The Nice Asian.
That's Bruce Lee.
The Jackie Chan story. No.
Oh my God.
This is The Night Agent. Yeah. So if you want to get ready for season 2 of The Night Agent, you can watch that.
You must enunciate.
You have to enunciate. What's funny, I've been watching a lot of Elementary, and I am on season 4 of Elementary, and the actor who plays Sherlock does quite a good job enunciating.
Well, he is British, and he's
very proper.
Yeah, I will also mention that the series that I saw a blurb for, I have no idea if it's going to be good or horrible.
Oh boy!
But it is based in Pittsburgh, called Watson, coming up on CBS.
Yeah. I am excited. I am excited for Watson.
Yeah, it's interesting. We'll see. It's trying to combine a mystery with a medical drama, and we'll see if that works. Which is almost what House was, I guess, in a way.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. So also, all right. So I'm going to share. So Valentine's Day is right around the corner. So you're thinking about gifts for your loved ones. There's an auction.
Eric has a pile of It's a Lot posters.
There's an auction site. That's not a bad idea. There's an auction site called MacBid where you can get yourself Amazon returns. I'm currently winning this for my wife for Valentine's Day.
$1?
I know.
Well, there's also fees you have to pay, so it's going to be like $5. But still,
I mean, I've seen people who look like this when they lift their arms up.
That's true. So we'll see.
My grandmother mainly.
I'll let you know next week if I actually win it.
Oh my word!
Yeah, no. What's funny is actually I've been part of the site for a long time and used to buy quite a bit of stuff and then stopped. And now, like every 2 months, they're like, here's $5 to spend on the site. And I looked the other day, I'm like, I have $35 to spend on the site. I'm like, I should buy something.
For $35, you can buy an iPhone.
I know, that's true. Or I could get 35 of the turkey suits. We'll see.
The tricky thing with them is they only have certain warehouses where you can pick stuff up.
Yes.
They'll do a $5 transfer on some items from one warehouse to another, but it does add, their little fees add up, but you still can get some bargains.
I will only use the one that's right near to where I work. And I only work there for the next 4 days. So that's why I was like, I should go buy something.
I deserve it.
That's right. Exactly. Well, it'll become a lot less convenient to go pick up the stuff later. There's
one in Butler. There's one in Monroeville. There's one in Beaver Falls.
Yeah. There's one in Robinson, but it's really like off the map. Like it sounds like it'd be close to my home, but it's not. So, all right. Anybody have anything else they want to share? Programming code, limericks. I don't know. What do you got?
I am looking forward to Fantastic Mr. Fox. We have the Criterion Blu-ray of it because I really think it's Wes Anderson's hit or miss, but when he's good, he's really good, and I really like that movie, so I picked that up.
It's going to be better than Fantastic Four.
I think we intended to watch it at one point, and we never did. My wife was definitely not excited when I announced that was the movie for this week.
I mean, it's Roald Dahl, who's always a bit interesting, shall we say? Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. He has a sort of twisted idea of children's humor sometimes and children's literature, but he's
James the Giant Peach.
Yep, excellent writer though.
Yeah, I love the part in the book where they go underwater and fight some giant underwater pirates. That also includes Jack Skellington for some reason. No one?
Nope.
No. Right, that was just in the movie then. Okay.
All right. Well, I guess we'll find out. All right. So everybody have a good week. We will see you back here next Monday night. Have a good night. Adam recommends seeing the Goonies on the big screen, so go do that. All right. See you, everybody.
Bye, everybody.